Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Max here. Welcome back to another video. I was gonna say Fortnite video, but clearly we're not playing Fortnite today. This is some next stuff. We've got the Myers-Briggs type indicator. I'm not entirely sure on what this is, but let's read it up, shall we? I saw man like Mark Goldbridge do this. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but basically all you need to know is this guy's an absolute legend. He makes football content and some other stuff on his personal channel, and he did this Myers-Briggs personality test like a while back, like a month ago at this point, maybe a bit more. But anyway, this is basically a self-report questionnaire indicating different psychological preferences and how people perceive the world and make decisions. The test attempts to assign 4 categories: introversion, extroversion, sensing or intuition, thinking or feeling, judging and perceiving. And yeah, without any further ado, I guess we can just jump straight into it. This must be pretty interesting because the way I see it, I like to see what people think on these sort of things. So I hope you guys enjoy this sort of stuff, and I hope you guys get to know me a little bit better through this video, you know. Anyways though, let's jump straight into it. So the first question we've got is, you enjoy vibrant social events with lots of people? I'd say I'd be roughly in the middle for that. I don't attend a lot of parties, you know, your boy. I'm a very busy man, let's just put it that way, and I don't get invited to lots of parties because I'm not really with that sort of stuff. It's just like I've got no motivation for that sort of stuff. Like a lot of people at these, you know, vibrant social events like parties and stuff, they're fake, and most of the time you don't really know them, or they won't be someone you value in a year or two. So I just don't find any fun in that, and I'd rather build real connections with people that I really like and I know I'm gonna, you know, be friends with for a very, very long time. Next up, you often spend time exploring unrealistic yet intriguing ideas. I'd go slightly agree with that. It's nice to look at, you know, what I could be doing in a few years or something like that, but at the same time I do try and make it realistic when I possibly can. But you know, intriguing, who doesn't like that sort of stuff? Anyways, your travel plans are more likely to look like a rough list of ideas than a detailed, I don't know how to say that word, itinerary. Okay, I'm not even gonna try.
Do you think it is important to learn English?
Work in English. I work in English.
Anyways, I slightly agree with this. Once again, it's not like I'm gonna, you know, have every minute of the day planned out and all of that sort of stuff, but you know, I'm gonna have at least some idea of what I'm going to be doing. Anyways, next up, you often think about what you should have said in a conversation long after it has taken place. This is especially true in arguments for a lot of people, but once again, I'd say I'd slightly agree with that. You know, you can't change the past, so it's, you know, I don't really spend too much time thinking about it. If you asked me this a few years ago, I probably would have been somewhere here, but you know, we'll go slightly agree on that one. If your friend is sad about something, your first instinct is support them emotionally, not to try and solve their problem. I'd go disagree on that one. I'd rather be real with the person and actually try and, you know, get this problem solved instead of, you know, just patching it up. So yeah, we'll go for a nice disagree. People can rarely upset you. People can disappoint me. Upset is a strong word, but I'll go with here. People can rarely upset. Yeah, people can upset me. It is I'm very disappointed in some people, but you know, it is what it is. Actually, we'll go here. Go here. Once again, if you said this to me 2 years ago, I could have been here, but we'll go for slightly disagree on that one. You often rely on other people to be the ones to start a conversation and keep it going. A lot of people might say or think that's true for me, but the thing is, if I'm not really talking to you, then I probably find you kind of boring as a person, or I'm trying to get something done meanwhile, especially, you know, if I'm doing this sort of stuff at school. So I'll go with a nice disagree, you know. Like if I want to find something out, I'm gonna go and do it. Like, there's no problem with that. If you have to temporarily put your plans on hold, make sure it is your top priority to get back on track as soon as possible. Hell yeah. You rarely worry if you made a good impression on someone you meet. I'd go in the middle with that one. I guess, you know, I want people to have a rough idea of who I am and what I do, but at the same time, if they're not a fan of me, then like I don't really care. Like, if you don't like me, then we're basically not meant for each other. So, you know, it would be a challenge for you to spend the whole weekend all by yourself without being bored. Nope. No. Strongly disagree. I could probably live by myself if I really wanted to. I'm a very independent person, if I say so myself, if you know what I mean. Anyways, let's move on to the next part of this little test. You're more of a detail oriented than a big picture person. See, I still fall in the trap of being a bit of a perfectionist rather than someone who looks at the future, you know, the next 20, 30 years and, you know, sees how things are going to be so much more different and progress then. But I feel like I've definitely overcome this perfectionism sort of stuff by creating a bunch of content on YouTube, and yeah, so I'd go with disagree on that one. You're very affectionate with people you care about. Yep, 1,000,000%. Like, the people that know I care about them, know I care about them. Like, there's not much more to it. Like, if something's going on with, you know, someone I care about, like actually genuinely care about, you don't even have to pray or ask or anything for me to be there, because I'll be there before you know it. Let's move on to the next sort of part of this test. You have a careful and methodical approach to life. Yeah, slightly agree. You are still bothered by the mistakes you made a long time ago. Would have been true if you asked me this a few years ago once again, but no, not really. At parties and similar events, you can mostly be found farther away from the action. Don't really go to parties anyway, but if I was to, I'd probably go in between these two. I guess. You often find it difficult to relate to people who let their emotions guide them. No, because it's very easy to fall into that trap. And well, actually, I can go back. It depends. It really depends. So I'm gonna put it in the middle here. When looking for a movie to watch, you can spend ages browsing the catalog. Kind of. Yeah. If I don't know what to watch and I'm hella bored, then, you know, slightly agree. You can stay calm under a lot of pressure. Depends what we're talking about here. Most of the time, I'd say slightly agree. When in a group of people you don't know, you have no problem jumping right into their conversation. Yes, agree, as long as they're not utter dickheads. But, you know, when you sleep, your dreams tend to be bizarre and fantastical. Yes, like some of the stuff I've dreamt about in the past, from what I remember, is just wild, bro. In your opinion, it is sometimes okay to step on others to get ahead in life. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it's okay. Sometimes it can be done, but most of the time it's not absolutely necessary, so I'd go with a slightly disagree on that one. You're dedicated and focused on your goals, only rarely getting sidetracked. Need I say more? I've been uploading monthly for the past 2 months now. If you make a mistake, you tend to start doubting yourself, your abilities, or your knowledge. Yep, I'm very, very reactionary sometimes, but I've started being less and less of that, so I guess I'll put it here. Once again, maybe a few months ago I would have been here, but when at a social event, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know. Slightly agree. Yeah, you usually lose interest in a discussion when it gets philosophical. Disagree, absolutely disagree. Philosophy is one of my favorite sort of areas of life, and I could hold a conversation about that sort of stuff for ages. It's just like, it fascinates me, man. You would never let yourself cry in front of others. I don't care. If I'm down bad, then people should see me cry. Like, you know, it makes me sound a little bit needy, but I don't think I've ever really cried in front of any of my friends. So, you feel more drawn to places with a bustling and busy atmosphere than to more quiet and intimate ones. Nah. I hate loud people, bro. Like, just pipe down, please. And not in that way either. Like, it's nice to be loud every now and then, you know, you get those bursts of energy, but most of the time, if you're loud around me, I'm probably not gonna hang out with you much. So that's just how it is. You like discussing different views and theories on what the world could look like in the future. Yep. When it comes to making life-changing choices, you mostly listen to your heart rather than your head. Yep. 1,000,000% agree with that. Let's go. You cannot imagine yourself dedicating your life to the study of something that you cannot see, touch, or experience. Nah, I'd disagree with that. We've already been at school for what, 12 years or something, and most of that bullshit they teach there is not exactly something you can touch or feel, so, you know, disagree with that one. You usually prefer to get your revenge rather than forgive. Yes, but no. Go with in the middle, depending on what it is. Once again, very, very, like, if If it was something that someone done me hella dirty, I'd get the revenge. But if it was someone close that hurt me and wanted forgiveness, I would do that. So I guess we'll put it slightly disagree. You often make decisions on a whim, so really quickly. Doubt. The time you spend by yourself often ends up being more interesting and satisfying than the time you spend with other people. Yep. I just feel like I'm way more productive and focused on the stuff I'm doing when I'm by myself. No offense, like I love hanging around people I love, but if we're talking work-wise here, then I'd be right here. You often put special effort into interpreting the real meaning or the message of a song or a movie. You often, slightly, yeah. You always know exactly what you want. Sometimes I can be doubtful, so I can't exactly go here, but most of the time I know pretty much what I want. You rarely think back on the choices you made and wonder what you could have done differently. Nah, I'd say there's always room for improvement, but at the same time you don't want to dwell on that sort of stuff, so I'd say slightly disagree. When in a public place, you usually stick to quieter and less crowded areas. I like a bit of action, if you know what I mean, so I'd put slightly. You tend to focus on present realities rather than future possibilities. Nah, not really. It's important to look at the present, but I really like looking into the future and what that could look like if I'm putting in the work I need to, so we'll go for that. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. No, disagree. I'm very compassionate. I can relate to a lot of things because I've been through a lot of things in my life. And when starting to work on a project, you prefer to make as many decisions up front as possible. Yes, most of the time. I like to know what I'm doing before I actually get into it. When you know someone thinks highly of you, you also wonder how long it will be until they become disappointed in you. Nah, not really. I don't think you can be disappointed in me, if I'm being honest. I'm only joking, of course. No, but I don't really care if people are disappointed in me anyway, so I don't think about that, so disagree. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. So we're basically talking about chatting up people here. If I see a painting, 10 out of 10, I'm going straight up to her, so let's go with that. You often drift away into daydreaming about various ideas or scenarios. Yeah, I like daydreaming, why not? You look after yourself first and others come in second. As much of a selfish thing this is, I slightly agree. You're kind of meant to be selfish before you give it back to others, in my opinion, so that's the only reason I'm really going for slightly agree here. Even when you have planned a particular daily routine, you usually just end up doing what you feel like at any given moment. Disagree. If I put a list out for myself, I'm gonna stick to it no matter what, pretty much, unless, you know, I really don't feel like doing that sort of stuff, so put that to disagree. Your mood can change very quickly. Yeah. Don't give me your shit, boy. You often contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. Oh yeah, I think about that sort of stuff every single day, and I'm not even lying. There's so many theories, there's so many... there's just so much to this beautiful life, man. You often talk about your own feelings and emotions. Slightly agree, I guess. Well, we'll go here, actually. You have got detailed educational career development plans, stretching several... No. Well, career plans, actually, yes, so... yeah, we'll put that here. You rarely dwell on your regrets. I regret some stuff, I'll put it here, I guess. Spending time in a dynamic atmosphere with lots of people around you makes you feel drained and in need of a getaway. Of course, if I'm there for more than a few hours, I'm gonna be going crazy. You see yourself as more of a realist than a visionary. Nah, not really. I mean, I am a realist. I see the things the way they are, but more than a visionary, something I kind of wanna be very soon? Not really. You find it easier to empathize with a person who has gone through something you never have? Nah, not really. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than to organized and consistent efforts. Nope. Disagree with that, but bursts of energy do come, and oh my god, when it does happen, I'm going ham on these uploads. Next, your emotions control you more than you control them most of the time. After a long and exhausting week, a fun party is just what you need. Nah, get out of here. That's another sort of draining area, so it's like, not really. I wouldn't mind the party every now and then, you know. You frequently find yourself wondering how technological advancement could change everyday life. Yeah, sometimes. You always consider how your actions might affect other people before doing something. Yep, I've started thinking about others a lot more in the recent years. You still honor the commitments you have made even if you have a change of heart. Yeah, you rarely feel insecure. Nah, I'm not even. I don't even have a job. All right. Anyway, this will determine your avatar. Yeah, I'm a male. See results. Your personality type is advocate, and this is what I was going on about. I thought that the man himself, Mark Goldbridge, got very similar results, apart from maybe 1 or 2 questions in the one he did, and I wanted to kind of do this a few days later so that I don't exactly go for the same choices as he did. I'm more introverted than extroverted, I guess, but at the same time I do enjoy some, social time, but being alone is just a bit more for me, you dig? Intuitive over observant, yep. 31% thinking, 69% 69% feeling, yep, it is what it is, man. I'm a very emotional person, if you really know me. 75% judging, 25% prospecting. Yeah, I guess. Identity, 60% turbulent, 40% assertive. Yeah, that's pretty much perfect. And let's just get this into the Google search. See what you guys see what it actually means for the guys that don't know. Okay, sometimes referred to as the advocate or the idealist. People with personalities are creative, gentle, and caring, or usually reserved but highly sensitive to how others feel. They are typically idealistic with high moral standards and a strong focus on the future. That literally, in a sentence, that describes me absolutely perfectly. Like, no doubt about this. If you ever wonder how I see the world, there you go. And I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop it a like, drop it a comment, drop your boy a subscription in the stuff below this video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of the Friday podcast.